I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Two things I want to do in my speech. First of all, I'm going to prove that free-range parenting is actually in the interest of middle-income family. And second of all, I'm going to give the benefits of free-range parenting for middle-income family. And in the end, I'm going to prove why it's the best way of parenting for middle-income family. So what is our stance here? Our stance here is that middle income family, it's in their interest to actually use free-range parenting rather than hospital parenting. That is what we are trying to prove as team proposition. And so how does actually free-range parenting looks like generally other than in the context slide? Well, parents can still guide their children, but they guide them to have an independence of their own. Secondly, parents will help comfort any risk their children might face because, well, of course, they already know there will be risk. But thirdly, parents will still step in if things goes out of hands for their children because every parent still do care for their children. But what is actually the difference of between free-range parenting of helicopter parenting? Well, in a way, on how they comfort their children, free-range parenting will actually comfort their children when the risk is actually already done, rather than helicopter parenting, where they actually where they actually give the reason before the risk is actually done upon the children. That's the main difference. One is that it's actually it's done before, while free-range parenting is done after. That's one of the main difference. And so here we are here to prove why free-range parenting is better. And going on to my first argument is that it's a more resource-effective strategy of parenting for middle-income family. You see, what are the resources that middle-income family have? First of all, well, there are three. First is money, second is time, and third is energy. But because of their status, which is middle income, they have lack of those three. Which, first of all, money, they tend to only have money for daily essential things, not much more. Secondly, they have limited time because normally middle income family works 9 to 5 jobs or even longer depending on their job. And thirdly, they have less energy to actually to be given to their children because their energy are always spent on their job. But so what? What if they only have money for their daily needs, or they don't have any time or energy to spend for their children? Well, why is it bad? Because first of all, children other than daily needs, they need more other things such as lessons or even important college. If middle income family only have the money for daily needs, they can't afford, of course they can't afford them, but other things, the most basic thing that a children wants are entertainment. And we can see in the status quo, entertainment costs lots of money. And so by parents adopting a more independent way of parenting, parents can give their children the opportunities to find a part-time job so they can use that money rather than asking for their children. Because like I said, middle income family, they don't have the money to actually cover more or other expenses. They don't have the energy or time to actually give their children let me say, they don't have the energy or time to actually consult to their children, and so if they give them independence to actually go out to actually find a job, it can be better for them so they can get a part-time income. Of course, uh, they wouldn't be forced every day, but they can still have money to cover their expenses, their wants and needs. And so, in comparison, in our scenario where middle income families use free range parenting, their money can be used for other stuff, for daily needs, or for the more important or more expensive needs of a child, for example, college or whatever. And so to my second argument is that it's better to prepare the child of a middle income family for the future. The idea is that, well, Parents parents from a middle income family want their children to have a better life for them. And but how do they do it? They support them with all their limited resources, but they can't support them forever. And so those children need to know that in the future they need to be independent. They need to be independent for themselves because their parents can't support them forever. And so, by giving them independence at a young age, they are trained and they can adjust to themselves to a life with responsibility, especially in the current era we're living where digital revolution 4.0 is happening. It causes people, especially young people, to have more responsibility, more independence in using social media. And but opposition might say that, well, if parents actually let their children go in social media, uh, it will cause more harm than good because of the bad things in social media. Well, you see, parents can still stop children from going to bad things, and plus, there are schools who taught children that there are harms in social media, and so they should be uh, aware. And so, with using free range parenting, with the the needs of people in digital revolution 4.0, such as the independence of using things or using softwares, or the independence of how to actually search knowledge in Google. It's better to have that independence at a young age. And if that independence is given in a young age, there is a difference of how they will uh, affect the child. You see, hospital parenting, they are more likely to be dependent on someone. They have the belief that their problem can be solved with parents, but they also have the experience on other things such as going to mall or going to other expensive things that middle income family wouldn't have. Well, we're not saying that that's bad, but if middle income family have other ways, they are more better. What other ways or behavior? What other behavior that middle income family should have for the future is one, they know how to deal with responsibility. Second of all, they know what work is, what is the experience, and because they have experience from a child, they have a long experience of work. And thirdly, they can manage their income, their money better for their life in the future. And so, in the end, by actually having adopted free range parenting, parents can give their children the best thing for the future, and it will then lead for a better life for both people. That is why we are so happy to propose. Thank you.